up, nerds? It is Billie Jean. Got a quick Marvel update for you guys. So, first off, I want to apologize. I know I was supposed to come back and talk about the rest of the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, but I had some other things going on. We had a giveaway going on. Shout out to my giveaway winner. And if you guys don't know, I do have some fun giveaways coming up. Shameless plug. But anyway, so let's talk about Marvel now. So, four things actually. First thing, quick just wrap up of the Falcon Winter Soldier. It ended 6 seasons. I liked how it ended. I liked how they transitioned him into Captain America. I like how, well, the part about the U.S. agent was a little cheesy, but, you know, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but just know that if you watch the rest of Falcon Winter Soldier, it ended okay. It didn't have like a huge, you know, big ending, because like with WandaVision, we started getting used to having big cliffhangers and big, oh shit moments, you know, and we got spoiled with Endgame and all that. You know, we really like to have big endings. It didn't have like a huge big ending, like, oh shit moment, like what's going to happen next. It was, you know, it was good. It ended. And I'm interested in seeing where it goes. When I got to see him as Captain America with the suit on and flying with the shield, him using the shield was okay. You know, he did really well with that. I'm not too crazy about the suit. Now, according to some people, this is the suit from the comic books. I don't really know. I just think that the colors were just a little off for me. I wish it was a little bit more based in blue or red. You know, the white hood just looked a little weird, you know, especially used to seeing him black or red. But anyway, other than that, I liked it. So that's that. Let's talk about the second thing here. The next thing we have coming up on our Marvel Disney Plus series is going to be the one I've been most excited to see, Loki. Yes, Loki. So with Loki, I have three questions I want to ask. Now, what I like to do is stay away from leaks and stay away from spoilers, like, you know, when movies come out and they leak the script or they leak spoilers and people run to go, you know, watch it and read it and to look at it. And I'm just like, why?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Don't you want to be surprised? I want to be surprised. So I know people out there talking about Loki and what the premise of the show is going to be, but I would like to go into it fresh without any outside interference and be surprised. So I just thought about 3 things I want to know about Loki. Number 1, does Loki know about Thanos and the snap? Okay, think about this. When we last saw our real Loki, he was being choked out by Thanos, and he was like, you will never be a god. It's my favorite part. And then he choked him out, and that was our real Loki dying. And then they have to go back in time, and then they go to get the stones from New York, and then they have Loki. Now, the last time, now we see new Loki. I'm going to call him old Loki, new Loki. So, new Loki is there with the Tesseract, and, you know, the thing what happens with Ant-Man and Iron Man, they have the mistake, and Loki disappears, and he's gone. So, that Loki and that time was from Avengers, the first movie. So, in his mind, in his reality, it's just happened right now. This is Avengers happened. Thor Ragnarok hasn't happened. Infinity War hasn't happened. So I'm like, okay, so does Loki know about any of the stuff that's happened? Does he know that Asgard has been destroyed and, you know, that his parents are dead? You know, does he know about anything like that? So this is one question. So I'm like, now that answer might be out there, but I don't want to look it up. You know, I want to be surprised. I want to find out, you know, like if say someone has to sit him down and say, okay, Loki, this is what happened. I would like to see his reaction, be like, oh shit, you know. Okay. So question number 2 I wanted to ask is Loki going to be a villain? Because, you know, that question depends on the first question. Last time we saw Loki, he was a morally gray type person. Like, he wasn't necessarily, according to me now, he wasn't necessarily all bad, because he was like, you know, at the end of Ragnarok, the Ragnarok, even though he did, you know, steal, he's the god of mischief. He did steal something from, you know, the tomb or whatever. He stole the stone, but he did help defeat the evil sister. And, you know, he was kind of helping Thor and stuff, even though he kept trying to kill him and stuff. That's Loki, you know, what do you expect? But he was kind of helping. So I was like, I thought that was maybe Loki becoming kind of morally gray, not so much just evil. Like in part 1 of Thor, Loki just appeared to be pure evil. In Avengers, Loki was just killing people. He killed mad people. So I was like, okay, is he good now or is he what? So I don't know what they're going to do, because from what I've seen, it looks like they have gotten Loki from like he appears. I just saw some clips of him appearing in the desert. So I guess when he uses the Tesseract and he poofs himself out of Endgame, he ends up in, I don't know what time zone he ends up. Like, does he end up then, or does he end up now after Thanos and stuff? You know, so I don't know, but it looks like he's going to be some type of government, some sort of agency has him as some type of information getting asset or something. I don't know what it looks like. It looked like he was in some office and working with people, SHIELD or something like that. I don't know. But so I'm like, you know, is he good? Is he bad? What's he going to do? And that leads me into question number 3. It's like, okay, and if he is, because this is Marvel, so he does have to have a bad guy if he's good. Who's his bad guy going to be? Is it going to be Thor again? You know, it's like, are we going to see new Thor? Because from what I understand, they're making Thor a girl or something like that. I don't know. But so I'm like, so, okay, so who's Loki going to fight? Or is he, you know, what's his story going to be? So, you know, those are the questions that I'm looking forward to having answered. And if you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to Loki and seeing how that unfolds and then how that rolls into phase 4 of Marvel. All right. So speaking of phase 4 of Marvel, we have the Eternals.
What? The Eternals. The Eternals. The Eternals.
Are you serious?
And I'm just like, what? Is this real? Like, I don't know if you've seen the Eternals trailer. Okay. So okay, I'm not really huge deep into the comics books. Back in Superman episode 14 of the comic book came in 67. You know, I don't know all of that stuff there. So I know from what I hear, the Eternals are out there. That's a thing, because I never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's real. You know, a lot of people didn't hear about them, but when I saw the poster, I was like, what the hell is this? You know, but one of the guys was green. You know, one of the chick was green, and there was a tree and a wisecracking fox. So I was like, okay, what is, you know, this was like Marvel, and then the trailer was fighting, you know, there was this fighting and cracking jokes, and Star-Lord was doing this stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, this looks like a Marvel movie. It's a superhero movie, something I never heard of, but they're flying around, they're in space, it looks like Marvel, it looks like superheroes. And then we go to the Eternals trailer. Now, of course, I can't play the Eternals trailer here. I'm going to show clips because, you know, I'll just show pictures, because if I show the video and stuff, copyright strike. So, but, okay, they try to sucker me in because they have Robert Madden and Kit Harington in it. And that is, of course, Jon Snow and Robb Stark. But I'm like, okay, so I got excited when I saw that. I'm like, oh my God, the Stark brothers back together. And they did that on purpose too. They marketed some of it like that to Game of Thrones fans to make us excited. So, oh my God, the Starks are back together. So, okay, great. And I watched the trailer. I said, are you kidding me? First of all, with the Eternals, I'm like, I'd never heard of you, and I'm not getting ready to go digging and start doing, you know, research. Someone told me that Thanos was an Eternal. I never heard anything like that. I don't know who they are. They've never come up or anything. So the trailer, okay. Like I said, when you see Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time, what do you see? And, you know, I'm talking about a superhero that you don't know, like, because you know Spider-Man, you know Batman, you know Wonder Woman, you know what to expect that. But when you see something new, like Guardians of the Galaxy, you see a green person, a tree, a fox, you're like, this is going to be good. When you see the Eternals, boom, all the characters are standing there in what looks like, you know, pajamas, and there's no CGI. None of them is a creature. None of them has any facial makeup on. They're just them. There was no, like, really no special effects. It's just, you know, them, and then this big triangle ship comes out, and it's just very quiet. It's almost like a drama. Like, this should be something that, you know, when you see those cheesy Oscar nominations for movies that no one watches but get Oscars, this is what that looks like. You know, you got they're just acting, they're talking very soft. And I didn't really see nothing in outer space, no fighting, no bad guy, no plot. Now, you know, when you see a movie trailer, you hear the background, that same announcer from every movie trailer. In the beginning, there was, you know, at once there was a man who grew, you know, he's telling the plot and what happened, but then his wife died, you know. And in this, and I say the same thing with Cruella de Vil, and just this recently, when Cruella de Vil came out, I was proven right. When a trailer comes out and it's just flash and pictures and spectacle, and they're using nostalgia bait, like, oh guys, look, Rob Stark and Kit Harington together again. And look, Angelina Jolie, isn't she? You remember her, Tomb Raider, guys? And look at this, Eternals, Marvel. You remember Marvel with Infinity Wars? And isn't Captain America and stuff good? So this is good too, right? Well, in Marvel, you can't always just bet and guarantee that people are going to like it, because you remember now, say what you like about the MCU. A lot of people had stuff to say about the end game, like, oh, that was kind of, with the...
That was easy.
That was easy, So it was like, a lot of people didn't really like the end. So it's like, you can't always guarantee, we're not always guaranteed. Same thing happened with Star Wars. Rise of Skywalker comes out and they just go same thing. Same with all the Star Wars movies. What do? They show you the Millennium Falcon and Wookiees and lightsabers and stuff. But the whole trailer is just shots. You realize, hey, they didn't tell a story. And then when you get there, you realize that Palpatine is alive. And you're like, wait, what? This is stupid, So it's like, okay, so the Eternals are doing the same thing. Cruella de Vil, dogs killed my mom or something like that. It's like, what? That was dumb. And that's why you didn't release it in the trailer. And I think the Eternals is doing the same thing. They're not releasing anything in the trailer because they know it's stupid. It just looks very boring. Like, when you think of superhero movies, close your eyes right now. Close your eyes. Think of Spider-Man. Any Spider-Man, even the one with Tobey Maguire. Think of Spider-Man. Think of Batman and the Riddler. Think about one of the scenes from, think about the Joker, that movie. You can even get crazy with it. Think about Zack Snyder. If you didn't like that movie or not, still, it was hella action. It was fighting. That was a superhero movie because they was superheroes all in your face through the whole 4-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this was just them quiet and talking silently. And then they showed a dance sequence and stuff. I was like, wait, what? So I'm not enthusiastic at all about the Eternals. Rob Stark, I love you.
The King in the North!
The King in the North! You know what I'm saying? Jon Snow, come on, man. Come on, man. You know I love you. But this does not look promising at all. So hopefully they release a second trailer with a little bit more plot, a little bit more information, because for those of us who don't know, like, they can't just put movies out and assume everyone knows who this is, because there's that one person on Earth who has no idea. Like, imagine they put out a Batman movie and you're someone who just came out of a coma and you're like, what's Batman? They have to show a flashback of something. Someone has to say something in the movie to, let you know, why is he dressed as a bat? Even if it's just a quick line, because, they assume, But for the Eternals, it's like, they just made some reference about, we've never helped before. We've never interfered. I'm like, oh, so that's why you haven't been there for the last 22 movies? You've never interfered? Okay. Until now. All right, well, I'm still going to give it a try, because, like, I had this philosophy, especially after WandaVision came out, and I didn't really like it until it turned after episode 4, and it turned amazing. So I was like, okay, Marvel can do no wrong. They tied that MCU up. They did those 20 movies. It was a beautiful movie. Say what you want about Endgame, whatever. It was great. The scenes was great. Everything was great. So I said, I always give Marvel a pass. However, I was like, you can't always do that, because I've been let down before. Season 8 Game of Thrones, Star Wars, and now, I'm just like, what is this here? They're rebooting all of the shows. They just did Powerpuff Girls, where they're like slutty teenagers, and I'm just like, oh, come on, guys. You can't just use the name that we love, and we're just going to be like, oh, it's good. No, not always. So with the Eternals, I'm not sure. Not sure. I did not like it at all. It looked very boring. And that leads me into the last thing I wanted to say, which is what's happening with Marvel Phase 4 as it is now, because we don't have the characters that we know and love. We don't have any more Tony Stark and no more Captain America. I don't know if Black Widow is dead now, and now they have all these new things coming out, and I think like She-Hulk and Girl Thor and Girl this. I'm just like, oh, here we go. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on with Marvel Phase 4, but the Disney Plus stuff is good. So that hopefully they're saving the good, the really, really good stuff for the big movies and everything. But Eternals is supposed to be out, I think, in November or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see what else is coming down the line. But yeah, I missed the good old days with Marvel when, like the era back when the Ragnarok was coming out, and I liked the Age of Ultron. No one liked Age of Ultron. I like the Age of Ultron. I love it because James Spader. Anyway, Anyway, so that's your Marvel update. So, another shameless plug. Gotta do it. Got a new Toy Box episode coming up. You don't want to miss it. Not gonna want to miss it. And like I said, I've got some cool giveaways. I got a lot of fun coming up. So, I love each and every one of you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Pray for Marvel. This is how I prepare for a show. Drugs.